Dear students of class 9th, hope you are doing well. I feel good to get connected with you through this video lecture. That's of chapter number first. And already we have discussed some topics of this chapter. Now we will discuss here the arguments in favor of democracy. That is the merits of democracy as well as we can also call it the merits of democracy. And we can also call them the advantages of democracy. Let's discuss them one by one. Number first argument in favor of democracy is accountable form of government. Accountable form of government. It's the number first argument in favor of democracy, that it is accountable form of government. What does it mean? Accountable means answerable. Answerable government. And we see there that how democratic government is accountable government, how democratic government is accountable government, or we can say answerable government. I will tell you a story. That's the famine which occurred in 1958 and ended in 1961, a worst recorded famine, and which is having mostly the impact, that is effective, it was effective on South Asian countries, South Asian region, in which we see Pakistan, we see India, we see China, we see Bhutan. Here I will tell you the story about India and also the China. China at that time was having better economy than India. And we see, but this famine has more, or we can say it was having less impact on India and more impact on China, because in China we see 3 crore people died. But it was not having so much impact on India. Why so? There's a question why it was not having an impact on India if China was having a better economic conditions than India. We here see that the answer of this question is that the government of India responded to the needs and interests of the people, while as the government in China doesn't responded so much to the needs and interest of the people. So we see that the government in India, they think that we have to give answer to the people, to their native countrymen. But we see that China, where we see that there is no such, we can say, opposition, or we can say there is no multi-party system, so they were less answerable to the people. They think that we are not so much answerable to the people. Due to that very case, that 3 crore people died in China due to that very famine. We have to conclude this point. We think that Chinese government was less answerable to the needs and aspirations of the people, while as Indian government was accountable towards it. Number second point, merit of democracy or argument in favor of democracy. That's it improves the quality of decision. Improves quality of decision making. We see when democratic country have to decide anything, they first consult. Consultation is there as well as discussions held there. Because in democratic country we often see that the representatives who have been elected by the people, they are being consulted as well as they hold the discussions there, what law we have to frame. And so we see that when consultations, discussions held there, there's a chance, fair chance, that decision will be qualitative, qualitative decision. The decision will not be rash or irresponsible decision. And we can say the decision will be qualitative but not quantitative one. There will be a quality. Third point, we see here that it provides us a method to deal with the differences and conflicts. Democracy provides us methods to deal with conflicts and differences. We here see that it's the democracy which give us the methods how to deal with the conflicts and differences. Like we see, if we will take an example of India, we here see that India is a diverse nation having different people belonging from different regions, as well as people speaking different languages, and also people have different religions. So to accommodate these diverse people, how to tackle with these things, तो हम देखते हैं इंडिया ने कैसे, अगर हम इंडिया की एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे लेंगे तो इंडिया ने कैसे इसको एकोमोडेट किया है। मगर अगर हम दूसरी तरफ एक नॉन डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री को देखते हैं, इफ वी विल गो टू सी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन द नॉन डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री रिगार्डिंग दिस आर्ग्यूमेंट दैट्स इन फेवर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी, तो नॉन डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री में ये हो सकता है दैट द मोनार्क और वी कैन सी द डिक्टेटर जो वहां पे होगा, he can't respond to the needs and interest of the people there. He can take decisions, or we can say he can support his own religion followers, people belonging from his own caste. There's a chance that he can support the people who are from his own caste or who are propagating the religion that is the king is propagating that very religion, that he can support these people. But it's the democratic country where we see that to deal with the conflicts and differences, it is only the democracy where we can see that democracy provides us those types of methods through which we can deal with the conflicts and differences. Number third point, number fourth point, that is enhances democracy, enhances the dignity of citizens. Dignity of citizens. Enhance, how it enhances the dignity of citizens? How it uplifts the dignity of citizens? By giving them the voting right. Voting right without any discrimination. And also we see respect for rights. Respect for rights. Or we can say respect for individual rights. The rights which are guaranteed by the Constitution to some special sections of the society, these rights are being respected. And when we see the voting right is given to all without any discrimination, that means it enhances the dignity of citizen. तो fifth point जो है हम देखते हैं, it allows us to correct our own mistakes. It allows us to correct our own mistakes. We see in a democratic country elections are held there. If we will see that The next thing that it allows us, it gives us a fair chance to correct our own mistakes which we have. Like, I will here give you an example. If we have elected, if we have chosen a representative that's not working for the welfare of the people, or we can say that's working for their own self-interest, but we have elected him for a certain period of time, not for a lifetime. So when when his tenure will be ended, we can change him. That means it gives the people a fair chance to correct their mistakes which they have done in the past by choosing this candidate in an election. And also, the representatives that have been represented, it also gives them the chance, like that this the chance that is either you have to change, or you will be changed. ये इसको भी चांस देता है कि अगर इसने, हम देखते हैं कि जब ये लोगों ने इसको इलेक्ट किया था तब इसने लोगों के जो काम जो थे, ही डजंट रेस्पॉन्डेड टू द नीड्स ऑफ द पीपल, तो नेक्स्ट टाइम में इसको लोग क्या करते हैं, दे ओवरथ्रो दिस रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, दैट वेरी कैंडिडेट। मगर नेक्स्ट इलेक्शन जब आता है इसको पता चलता है कि मेरी खामियां कहाँ है, वायर आई एम लैकिंग बिहाइंड, सो ही वांट्स टू करेक्ट दैट वेरी मिस्टेक्स। That was all about the arguments in favor of democracy. Number first, I have told you that democracy is a better form of government because we see it's accountable form of government. Number second thing, that's argument in favor of democracy, it improves the quality of decision making. And third one, that democracy provides us a method to deal with the differences and conflicts. And fourth one, it enhances the dignity of a citizen. And number fifth is it allows us to correct our own mistakes. Hope you have understood this topic, and in the next video lecture we will discuss another topic. Till then, goodbye.